Oh, Star Wars, what is going on? Got two articles to look at today for Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. I got this one. Got this one, and then we got this one. Both contain potential spoilers, so bugger off if you don't want to listen to any of this. But that kind of goes without saying these days when we're talking about Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, because, I mean, it's a complete shit show, isn't it, really? Let's take a look, right? This particular first bit is rumour: Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Plot leaks are actually market research for Disney and Lucasfilm. Now, I'll preface all of this with me thinking that that's probably nonsense. I think that there's a few ways you could go about this. That's a way for the people that have been perpetuating these rumours to cover themselves and say, actually, it was just market research. But just so if it comes to the movie and none of these rumours have been true, then they've covered themselves. Which I don't really think you need to do, because if you say that they're rumour, you've saved face from the get-go, right? So I don't think this is true. I think people give Disney and Lucasfilm far too much credit. Rumours come from somewhere. They're not market research. Generally speaking, rumours come through the pipeline. Things may have been changed, but they're rumours nonetheless, because they were what was going on at a point in time. Now, obviously, there are some rumours which are just complete bogus bollocks. Like massive nonsense. But I don't think that Disney and Lucasfilm are that smart to do market research. Not like this, anyway. So, it states, anyway, Episode 9 is a complete mess. More than a dozen cuts exist. That's probably unlikely. Just because more than a dozen cuts, 12, more than 12 cuts, that's very, very unlikely. The amount of money that would be spent on doing that is monumental. Genuinely monumental. Even for a film as bad as Pacific Rim Uprising, which, not very good film by any stretch of the imagination, that had two versions. Only two. Stylistically, tonally, and how they were going to be portraying the aesthetics of the Jaegers. That was only two cuts. Two cuts. A dozen cuts? No. Disney have all the money in the world, but they don't do this. They're not in the business of losing money. And Star Wars, they've lost a lot of money. And also, remember, they don't have the time to do all of these cuts. J.J. Abrams was brought on at last minute. So this is just simply not... It can't be the case. There's no time to do all of this. There really is no time. Because remember, each trailer is cut from footage from the film. Now, if there's over 12 cuts, how are they managing to get the marketing material right and on point for what cut they are looking to release? Very, very difficult to do. Very, very difficult to do. Which puts this rumour at incredibly unlikely chance. Now, this person's source at Lucasfilm said there are multiple edits of the movie. Now, multiple edits is a little bit different, but multiple, actual over a dozen cuts? No. That each edit has a different context and could be released several ways. And though the same movie, it feels very different. And this is why all the fake release BS, as they want the best edition that will be the most successful edit to release. So they are not just trolling. This is market research in live action. I highly doubt that. I genuinely highly doubt that. If you think about this, it makes sense. Rey and Kylo can do anything they want and call them anything. Rey can go bad, Kylo can go good, or anything they want. Rey can end up in a relation to the Skywalkers or a relation to the Emperor. Every minor edits can make a very different movie, blah, 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 blah. Now, look, one of the main reasons why I think this is total nonsense is due to the initial leaks have been corroborated time and time again with every single piece of material that Disney has released. It's not like we've heard all of these leaks and rumours that the Emperor would return. We heard that, right? We heard that he would return, and most people thought that was complete just BS. He's back. We heard that Matt Smith would be playing him. We've heard it again that he would be playing him. We've expanded upon that. We know how he's going to be. Do you see what I mean? You know, everything that has come out initially has been confirmed via all of the leaks. Now, could it be nonsense? Of course it can. But I think we give Disney and Lucasfilm far too much credit to think that they are doing market research. Incredibly unlikely. Like I said, so many factors involved in this. Money, time is the number one, and just all of the marketing materials. You know, it's all well and good saying you can edit stuff differently and it will still line up. That takes such logistically, that's a nightmare. And remember, these trailers are not edited in-house. They are farmed out. Which is famously why the Suicide Squad had such bafflingly different tonal trailers. They are farmed out to different people. So, no. Doubtful. Also, not to mention is that the statement is that each edit has a different context and could be released different ways. Basically, they're all the same movie, but it feels very different between the movies. Now, for a movie to feel very different, you are going to have completely different music. John Williams is not in the business of doing multiple songs for one movie. He will be given an edit of the film and he will compose over the top. So that's why I would just, no, take this with a massive, massive fistful of salt. It's not likely. This is not likely. For all of the reasons I've listed. Could it be the case? Of course. But it's just not likely. Simply, it's a logistical nightmare. Now, moving on, we've got this one, which goes a little bit step further into... Okay. Huh. That's my merch right there, guys. The Xenomorph. What? Awesome. There you go. Check out my merch if you want. So anyway, now this just goes on and states a whole bunch of rumours for the movie. So this is K. Addy Moonshine of the infamous Star Wars spoiler forum MillenniumFalcon.com. Now, he's posted major spoilers regarding the rise of Skywalker. They claim to have corroborated the spoilers with several sources. Whatever. So some is cryptic, so we'll break it down in a moment. Now, apparently the world between worlds and the wills, which is, you know, the wills, the Force, etc. There's a reason why Hayden has been at the last two celebrations, so he's supposed to make a return. Snoke has a true identity, but no one has guessed it. Kylo is not the villain of the story. We heard he's going through redemption anyway. Snoke has a true identity, but no one guessed it. We've heard that already, but we heard that that was Emperor Palpatine. The main villain is connected to Star Wars lore. Hint, they are beyond Sith and Jedi. We've heard it was Emperor Palpatine, but could be someone else. Rey's biological age is not a true age. Her real name is not Rey. Oh, what's it going to be? Luke has a fight in the flesh, which was a scrapped concept from Return of the Jedi. Chewie apparently dies. Nothing is retconned because contractually Disney cannot touch the first 6 films. They can make us view the old films in a different way, though. Rey's fall is somewhat of a misnomer. The villain has a very specific vendetta against the Skywalker lineage. We've heard that it was Emperor Palpatine. That lines up with that. Rey's parentage is central to the story. She is not nobody. Okay. Alec Guinness. Just 1 point there. Matt Smith's role is significant, yet he's still not listed. His identity is top secret. We've heard it was Emperor Palpatine. The alleged flash cuts are not what you think they are, or they have been described. It will be the longest Star Wars film. We already know roughly how long this film is, because John Williams' brother teased that. So we already know roughly how long this film is going to be. Now, anyway, it says, the next 3 Star Wars films we're going to get into a microbiotic world, but there's this world of creatures that operate differently than we do. I call them the Wills, and this was George Lucas. So that's apparently what it's all to do with. Microbiotic bloody creatures. Now, the hints are that Hayden Christensen will reprise his role as Anakin. Now, he will help guide Rey or his grandson Kylo. So that's essentially what that is. Snoke's origins are revealed. Who could he be? Is he really dead? States that the main villain is beyond Jedi or Sith, which Snoke proclaims to be. He also has a seemingly intimate knowledge of the Skywalkers and Anakin in particular. So there's a brief rundown. I think that's... yeah, there's not that much else to say. I think a lot of this just corroborates with what we've already heard. that they are, you know, the Emperor's coming back and things like that. I don't think some of this is kind of like a red herring stuff and maybe got Chinese whispered along the way, a bit lost in translation. But what do you think? First and foremost, what do you think about Star Wars and Disney and Lucasfilm doing market research? Do you agree with anything that I've said, or do you firmly disagree? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm not trying to shit on anyone. I've listed my reasons as to why I completely disagree with that. You can obviously refute my claims and things like that. That's absolutely fine. But I'm not trying to shit on anyone. It's just I firmly disagree that that's even a possibility. Anyway, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please do let me know down below in the comment section. If you are new here, make sure you hit subscribe. You can stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. Thanks so much for watching. I've been Mr. H. Take care.